What is going on, comic fans? Welcome to the channel. It's Tuesday. That means it's new DC Day. Time to preview this week's new DC comic book. There's a decent bit of book to talk about. Some bangers in there. Some exciting stuff kicking off. I'm excited to dive into all of that. And we'll do that right after the extended intro that I haven't played in a long time. Yo, that was awesome. I haven't watched that in forever. It just seems like it's long. It's too long to play at the beginning of every video, but it's definitely a cool intro. Big shout out to Eman of the C-List Villains podcast. Fantastic friend of mine. He actually put that together for me back when I first hit 1K subscribers. So big shout out. All the love to Eman. Fantastic guy. So let's give the quick shout outs and everything. Be sure to check out bigtimecollectibles.com. They've got some bangers happening right now. The next John Jang Transformers book just went up for pre-sale yesterday. Not sure if they have any left or not. I scored my copies and ran, so be sure to check it out. There might be some left. I don't know. If you need anything clean to press, look no further. Justin's Comics over on Instagram. It's got you covered. You can find his link in the description of all my videos. And a huge shout out to ABX Comics and Games. That's where I picked up this fantastic stack of comic books today that we'll be talking about, as well as the books we'll be giving away today and the little extras that go in there with it. So, yeah, huge shout out to ABX. Fantastic LCS, the best of the best of the best. They also have a fantastic Facebook group that's in the description of all my videos. Be sure to check that out. I'm going to check out this comment section. Let's see what we got. Who's in the chat so far? Las Crucias, 1971. Hooray, woohoo, hello from New Mexico. Oh, no, Brian interrupted him. I was trying to do it blind. Normally, you get them all three in order, but what is going on? Brian LCS, another distinguished Southern gentleman like myself. My nerdy collection, what is going on? Jeremy Las Crucias, I've seen you won a bunch of giveaways this week. Dude, he's the most winningest person on YouTube, and rightfully so. Putting in the work, putting in the man hours. You know, my second cousin just got the flu, and I couldn't sleep last night, so times have been real tough. Long story short, can I have your giveaway? Yeah, that's about how it goes sometimes, isn't it? That's about how it goes. Oh, look, from there it is. Mark, are y'all gonna try to get that Jang at y'all's table at Heroes? If you don't know what he's talking about, Comics Curing Cancer is officially kicked off this year. It's happening. It's going on. It's a thing. It's a thing that's happening right now, going on right now. You can check out Comics Curing Cancer on Instagram. That's the best place to keep up with all the details and news that we announce and drop along the way. You can also put that QR code on the screen right there and start donating as well. We also got our first big donation for the year. An anonymous donation of $5,000 came in for the event already, so we're well on our way. But specifically what Jeremy is talking about is Heroes Con North Carolina is the Heroes Convention that they do June 14th through 16th. Myself, Rob's Facts, Stats of Comics, and DJ Links will be set up at booth number 1769, representing Comics Curing Cancer. We're officially part of the con. We'll have some awesome stuff. Come by the table. We have some stuff you will not want to miss. It'll help raise money for this event. 100% of the proceeds go directly to Comics Curing Cancer. And John Jang will also be at Heroes Con this year. So when it comes to anything going on at our booth at our table, that's all I got to say about it. Everything else is to be determined. Also, this past Sunday night, I forgot to draw for the winner of this amazing Spider-Man print that Austin LeMay drew. We took some of the artist proofs for that, and DJ gave away, Rob gave one away, and I completely forgot to spin for a winner. So I'll do that this coming Sunday on Out Weeks In. So be sure to check that out. We got Circumstances gifting 10 Legion of Comics memberships. Big shout out to Marcus. So that means I need to pull up my phone. Not everything shows up on the StreamYard end of the chat. Let's see. All right, scrolling back up. Gifted 10 memberships. So Scotty, congrats on the membership. Las Crucias scored one. Canadian Survivalist, Ryan Riley, Ben Compton. Tate, Space Case Cards, Norrin Rad Comics, Kevin Metzger, And Jean Mullo, congrats to all of you for scoring that membership. That'll get you the exclusive, what are they called? Emojis. You'll get access to those for the next 30 days, as well as that'll also put you in the little queue to be able to see the content that I post. I release early for channel members, and I'll also put loyalty badges next to your name. So I appreciate Marcus for hooking it up, showing the love. Such a fantastic, very nice gesture of you. Dang, circumstances, that's awesome. You know, times have been real hard for me with my... Exactly. So let's see what is going on. Speak of the devil, there's Austin LeMay right there. What is happening? Hello to Pops. The Rat Pack is alive and well. Well, that's nothing a little raid can't fix, is he? Aggressively relaxing. How's it going? Hello. I'm almost there. We got an 11-month member milestone chat from Izzyverse NYC. Wow. One way or another. Dude, yeah, dude, that's awesome. Thank you so much. We've got a member for 4 months. I want cinnamon. Yeah, you don't get cinnamon. You go get cinnamon somewhere else. What is going on, Hector? Last week's new DC Day winner. Here's a Tuesday spot for Pimps and Legends. Yes, this is the Tuesday spot for Pimps and Legends. Dude, I'm about to see so hard. It's like right over the tip of my nose. Driving me crazy. Oh, hey. I got Jenga to go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You sparked the fire for sure. Community fan. That was fantastic. And don't forget, imagine for Solomon to come. There's been putting the work. I'm excited to get to see theirs there again this year as well. Taylor Winder, what is going on? Hope you're doing good today. I got a membership. You did get a membership. Yes, sir. If y'all need help setting up the Heroes Con, let me know. I'm cheap labor. I work for comics. That's too expensive for us. Too rich for our blood. Oh, I did. Gracias. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Flash by Night Comics. What is going on? TJ, hope you're doing good today. Who you call nerd? Good afternoon, Mark and Lee Pierce. Hello to you, Trev, this shipping guru. Hope you're doing good today. Have the Titans 23, 24, 25. Is there some frame that would hold them side by side? What are they three? Yo, I'm not even joking. I've seen this this product. I don't even remember what it's called now. And it's something that didn't necessarily pertain to me, but it reminded me of like the LCS during my childhood, right? And the product is like, it's almost like a bunch of bags, but like it's like a quilt of comic bags. I think it was like 9 panel, maybe even bigger. Maybe there were size options, but it's like, just imagine like you just slide the comic with the panel. Back in the day at my LCS, the wall books were up on the wall in kind of like those things where you slide the comic into it and just stayed on the wall. But it was like a run of bags that were just interconnected and they were bought that way. But I've seen a product like that where you can buy it by the square. I think it was like 3x3 or maybe 4x4. But that, man, what is that called? Baller on a budget. Comic capsule or comic frames. No, he's talking about having them together though, Durs. I swear, dude, it's almost like a door hanger, a wall hanger that's like, man, what was that product called? Leave the live chat and hit the like button, guys. You ain't got to leave the chat to do it. Comic capsules is not it, not by a mile. Comic capsules is a single individual plastic case for a single book. 29 months from aggressively relaxing. We doing membership messages? Go Braves. Yes, sir. Flexing hard. Good afternoon, Cliff on Comics. It's like a history of Donna Troy. Oh, dope. That's a convoluted history right there. Yo, what is the name of that product now? What is going on, Tom? Hope you're doing good today. Comic hangers. What was the name of that thing? It's not a comic mount. I saw it on Instagram. They have an entire Instagram page. Man, that's gonna annoy me. No one else has seen those things? Ugh, I'm gonna have to find that later, but I'll definitely, if I find it, I'll definitely shoot you a message. The Comic Shop and Raleigh has that. It's like a page card, but for comics. Yeah, exactly. My girl has one Marcus first. Exactly. Same exact concept, but I don't even know why I couldn't equate it to cards. That's the best. It's like a page card. Card page card page. One of those, but bigger for comics. And you can order it different sizes if you want like 9 panels or more kind of thing. What is going on? Shattered Glass Comics review. And he dropped the review, but Shattered Glass Collectibles. Hey, Tai. Hey, Tai. Back when I was in college, NCSU, Capital Comics had that on their wall, and it would be so cool. Yeah, I remember like when they took, if someone bought a book, the empty space wouldn't just be empty. It'd have like a little onomatopoeia, like a little splash that said sold out on it until you put another book in it to cover it up. What is going on, Phil? Hope you're doing good today. We are, Phil. We are, in fact, Legion. I assume Beckerman is here for New DC Day. Good job. You made it. Congrats to you. Yeah, for your connecting covers, it would be great. And because it like hangs flatter on a wall, it's like not a bad idea for like just kind of using as like a little bit of wall art. I don't know how well it holds up over time. Like bags tend to discolor over time, especially if they're out, like getting like doused in light and stuff like that. I don't know. Never heard of Capital Comics, but I know we got plenty of people in that area. There'll be plenty of people in that area pretty soon as Heroes Con gets closer. That was a sick sketch, Beckerman. Sick sketch. Slam that like button. Slam it. That was back in the 90s. I mean, the 90s were fun. The 90s were really fun. Cartman recommended it to me. I haven't seen it yet, though. Yeah, Callie's the man. Awesome sketch. What is going on? Chop and Drop. Loaders Empire. Good to see y'all in here. See, catching up with the chat. Finally, a Tuesday off work, and I'm off tomorrow to hang on Trev Stream. Dude, awesome. Very cool stuff. I was talking to somebody yesterday trying to make some plans for something weeks from now, and they're like, the only available time we have is Tuesday. Does that work for you? I'm like, does it? It absolutely works for me. I scored a win with the universe yesterday, having just had to come out of pocket heavily for car repairs on the wife's vehicle at the dealership. The universe came and delivered a win. Sometimes they just life reminds you that you're doing things the right way. Sometimes it ain't fun. Sometimes things are expensive. You don't want to spend it. But man, if you're paying attention, I mean, the universe be talking to people all the time. And that was it saying, hey, no worries. Here you go. What was the LCS called in Myrtle Beach you told me to check out? I'll be there was that Thursday? Thursday. Man, I'm going to have to wait 2 seconds. These allergies are killing me. I'm going to hit a little clip, and I'm going to go grab a napkin. Hitting the clip, grabbing a napkin, that's happening.
Is that it? Is that all you got?
Perfect timing. Pollen is taking hold down here, and it's killing me. Noisters, Canadian Survivalist, what is going on? Hello. I have card sheets that have stayed clear since the 1990s. Some turn yellow. Yeah, but have you hung any of them up on the wall? You know what I mean? Like that's what these things with the comics are for. Got a $4.99 super chat from the man with a plan, none other than Flo Dameron. Be sure to check out the Bada Boom podcast that he's got going on. Always having fantastic creators on over there. $4.99. He says best day of the week. Couldn't agree more. Hit him. I know he can appreciate some Ghost Machine goodness. BCW has a Snap It system for connecting comics for what? There you go, Snap It system. That way you can kind of build your own panels out. That's not a bad idea right there. Boom, there you go. I know we talked DC with that Zhang Iron Man Fire. Yeah, dude, I can't wait for that. That's this week. I think I have 3 of those. I was doing I'd order like 5 copies when he does direct market covers. But I cut it back to 3 as he's doing more and more. And 3 still enough to put one in my Jane collection, one to give away, and one to store for a later giveaway. But yeah. Is it cold there, Mark? I woke up 40. It was cold this morning. It's warmed up a good bit. It's cooler than yesterday. We had like a wind come in, like heavy wind yesterday that cooled everything off. It's not too bad. He gave Iron Man a Widow's Peak. Iron Man had a Widow's Peak. That's how the armor originally was. That's how it was. What is going on, Justin? Lately, a lot of comic shops have been closing, even though I haven't visited mine in nearly a year. Been stuck in Amazon. I'm so fortunate to still have it in my area. They didn't close in your area. None have closed in my area, but I think that there was like an explosion of comic shops opening during the comic book boom of the last 3 years. So inevitably some would close down, and market is crazy low right now too. I know a huge part of comic shop success is having secondary businesses, whether it's like in the store, whether it's like gaming helping bring a lot of money in, or being a big resale aspect to your store. I don't know. I don't know. Luckily, all of the shops here are still open. Still open, and I believe they're still doing pretty good. It's definitely going to change area by area. The Lisan Agahib is always talking to his brother. Apparently, somebody like Dune. I like that. I like that. Based on recent events in my life, I owe the universe money. There we go. Don't be late paying that. Got mine on order for tomorrow. There we go. More John Jang Iron Man goodness. Space Case Cards, what is going on? Hope you're doing good today. Gary Woods, hello. Not enjoying owning a black car during pollen season in the South. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm sure you experienced pollen before, but now you're living in it. It's wild. Like, I know people make jokes about it and put memes up about it and all that, but that's legit. I have not seen one single meme or one single internet joke that goes overboard with the pollen joke. It's always underselling it, completely underselling it. Like, you see the ones with people like taking a card and scraping pollen, like they're getting ready to start their day with a big inhale. That's how much is out there, and that's on the low end. There'll be days when, like, because we have tons of pine trees down here, there'll be days you're driving and just rows of pine trees on the street, and if the wind blows, it looks like a legit full-on waterfall just pouring out of trees and just moving through the air. It's really cool. Like, visually, it's awesome, but I mean, it gets everybody. I don't think anybody's not allergic to it, just varying degrees. Everyone owns yellow vehicles here. Absolutely. Mine's kind of green because the blue Jeep with the yellow pollen kind of creates a cool green effect. Brian, you got to wait to wash your car a month. Yeah. My car is yellow. Someone tried to help me yesterday. Taxi. That's how it goes. I'm terrified of losing my LCS. Well, do work. Put them on the map. I know you are. You definitely do work and help them out. Y'all are always doing content and stuff like that. Hopefully they're doing pretty good. If comics would even slightly lower their prices, that would be great. I think it'd be great for a lot of people, but to be honest with you, I know there's a lot out there that we all want. But if they lowered their prices a little bit, would that actually bring new readers in, or would we just buy a little bit and still spend the same amount of money? You know what I mean? Comic shops can't stay open with just comics. They need other avenues to have a return on investment. Yeah, I agree. The Claritin drip. Yeah, I'm on that Zyrtec tab. What is going on, J-Med? Hope you're doing good today. Dale of Suspense. What's up, homie? I know you're excited about that John Jang Iron Man book. Huge Iron Man fan there. I start my day by doing a couple lines off the hood of the truck. There you go. A wife. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you can do it. There's plenty of it. What is going on, Kevin Metzger? When is DC moving back to Wednesday? First DC books that will be dropping back on Wednesday will be July. It was announced at Comics Pro 3 weeks ago that the first Wednesday when them switch back over, there will be July. And it's weird. It's such an odd thing, like trade paperbacks, collection, volumes, stuff like that. They all release on Tuesdays, like stuff that gets sent to like Barnes and Noble and book chains and Books A Million, stuff like that. They put their new stuff out every Tuesday. It's only the weekly comic books like that are Wednesday releases, and it makes it difficult. That was the whole point of the switch that DC did to begin with to Tuesday. Like, yeah, they switched over to Lunar and decided to put it all out on Tuesday and everything like that. And I know Wednesday's been the day. It's one of those just cause excuses kind of reasons, but they'll still be releasing their trade paperbacks and everything else. It's just their monthly catalog that'll be switched back over to Tuesday. So it's just back to confusing. What is going on, Couch and Slouching with C Bizzle? We would just buy more and spread equal or more money. Just be spending the same thing. Yeah. Lowering prices. Just they need to get new, like good stories. Like really lean into the quality. Really next level lean into it. Get your continuity good and nice. Make it where people can follow more titles as like a connected universe kind of thing, and start getting that word of mouth spreading. That's how you do it. July, is that right? July. Wait, how do you pronounce July? July. How do you say it? Julie? How am I supposed to say it? Do I say it wrong? Julie? July? Let me know, chat. What do I say? July. July to me? July to me, homie? That's how I've said it. July. What is going on, Stephen C? How are you doing today? I would appreciate a loyalty reward system from comic companies. Buy 3 Marvel titles, get a 4th free if you have this on your pool. Dude, that's such a good idea. Like if they do that from the distributor level, that is a fantastic idea. I don't know how they would pull it off, but I know like Sector 2815, his LCS is Coliseum of Comics, and they have a punch card system based off how much you buy. You get like in-store bucks. I have a card in my pocket because I go down on vacation, and once a year, one of the days out of my vacation day, we drive down and meet Paul. He drives up, we drive down from our vacation spot, and we meet in Florida and hit some of the shops, and I rack up some points and then spend them the next year. But that's definitely a good idea. Like you got to incentivize some folks. So is your new DC Day stream moving to Wednesdays or just new comic day? No, new DC Day is going to say new DC Day. There's not like I'm like the only person doing like new DC content. Like we got to have that, right? I got to have that for me. But it'll stay Tuesday. You know, this isn't a spoiler stream. I've got books to show, but I don't spoil the books. You know, we always have League of Comic Geeks that I've had to do that before when books were late. I would just do the screen share. So I'll figure something out. I'll figure something out. The whole thing is going to stay the same. The only thing that may change is little aspects to it, but I'll figure something out. My plan. What's your plan? I'll figure it out. What's your backup plan? I'll figure it out too. That's what I got. Jane Black Suit Spidey is fire. Absolutely. One of the few I'm not a big fan of. Yeah, that's fair. Everybody has their title. That Black Suit Spider-Man was dripping with swagoo, if you ask me. I loved it. When I started collecting new comic book day was Thursday. Yeah, that didn't last long either, though, did it? Dell Suspense with a 27-month member milestone. # We Are Legion. Hit that like button. Jubilee. That's your kid's name, right? Jubilee. Punch cards like the ice cream shops have. Yeah, there you go. If DC did Marlboro Cash, Mark would look like he robbed a gift shop. Honestly, they should just pass those incentives some of you guys mentioned right to the LCS and so forth. Yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, unfortunately, not every LCS that operates is operating like a shop geared for customer service first. Some people are just greedy in this world. So if you incentivize it at the LCS level, how many shops are going to trickle that down to the customers, or how many shops are just going to take advantage of it? They already do like ratios and stuff like that to try to incentivize and everything, but it's going to be difficult to figure out. But they ought to at least try some new stuff, shake it up, see if there isn't something that they can land on that ends up being beneficial. Thanks to the person who gifted me the free monthly membership. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. You got 1 month free. Take advantage of it. Use those those exclusive channel member emojis. Check out some of the early content that's posted. I remember back in the day, 90s comics sold on Wednesdays and Fridays. And yes, Jubilee is my daughter's name. All right, made it to the bottom of the chat. There we go. So first things first, let me go and show you guys what I'm giving away today, what you have an opportunity to win just by being here. I appreciate everybody showing up to the chat, hanging out. This is definitely, like, I absolutely love doing at weeks in and going through and looking back at the week. But there's something about this stream. Again, it's the DC thing. I love DC Comics. I love just spending the time just interacting directly with the chat. It's just super fun. Get a good turnout. I just really enjoy this show. And today, you know, everyone loves Daniel Warren Johnson. It's undeniable. He's one of the top creators in the game. Everyone loves Michael Keaton Batman. Everyone, no exceptions, right? So Batman 89 Echoes. It's the second volume of the throwback series Batman 89. It released issue number 2 this week. While I'm not picking up Batman 89, the series didn't do it for me. I grabbed this just for the cover. Beautiful Daniel Warren Johnson cover of Michael Keaton's Batmobile in the Batcave with Michael Keaton hanging out at the top. And of course, beautiful colors. Just a gorgeous cover. Wicked awesome. And Daniel Warren Johnson will be at Heroes Con. What a great book. Opportunity to get it signed if you're going, and like if you're lucky enough to get a remark there. I mean, there's space. There's cool little locations that an artist could really do some cool work on this. Absolutely. And then to celebrate one of my favorite DC Comics super teams, Justice Society of America #9 is out this week. Beautiful, beautiful cover featuring the ladies of the society, Liberty Bell, Wonder Woman, Black Canary, and Hawkgirl. And then the surrounding floating heads, even as the floating head, all the symbols are on here of all the characters. Just a lot of cool stuff going on. This one's by Tony Harris. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Yeah, this is dope. So we'll draw for a winner of those two. And of course, once I get the winner, we'll pull the extra cards, bookmarks, got some extra cool stuff from the LCS today that'll be going in there as well. So just it's gonna be fun. Going to be fun. Let's see. At my LCS, every $10 you spend, they give you 1 point, which is $1 of store credit. And that's kind of, yeah, dude. I think that's the same way that Coliseum of Comics does it. Pretty sure it might be. I just get a 35% discount. Yeah, that's how a lot of folks do it. A lot of LCSs do it. If you're a subscriber, you know, like if you're a monthly pool box, you get the discount. Different discounts at different stores and stuff like that. Ooh, awesome. Absolutely. They should do monthly giveaways like these YouTubers do. Yo, Jeremy, what book was it you said that was supposed to be in my box today? I don't know if I remember seeing a book in my box. No, there definitely was. It might have been face down. I don't know. I got stuff in my box that needs to be sent off. Just remember that. Timeless Legion. Yes, sir. Do that. Ruby G that was a great piece you did of Storm for John's Comics for Kids. It's good to see you in here, Ruben. It's been a while. That's what you say, $4.99 for nerdy. JSA, the JSA cover is nice. Absolutely. Tony Harris drawing JSA. So nice. Absolutely. Is this new JSA? Is there still the Infinity? This is the JSA. The Infinity Inc. is not operating right now. You have members here, members there, members everywhere. Style reminiscent of the early Tim Truman. Let's see, catching up. Midtown does $10 for every $100. That's like the exact same thing as $1 for $10. Nailed it. But if you spend like $50, does that build up and $50 on your next time, or do you have to spend $100 to get a single dollar? Midtown, that's a busy shop too. What is going on? Entropy only get 10% off, but like Grandpa said, it's better than a kick in the ass. There you go. All right, I'm just going to jump to the bottom of this chat. We're going to get rolling. Let's get rolling. Let's check out some of the books that we got out today. So we're going to kick it off with one that I got a lot of variants for, because whenever this book comes out, I get all the variants for it. Now, I don't get all the ratios. The ratios go up to 1 in 50. And the LCS doesn't order 50 copies at this point. You know, when a series drops, everyone's like, I want that #1. I'm so excited. I'm a fan. And then then 50% of sales drop from 1 to 2 and then so forth. But this week, issue number 7, the penultimate issue for Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, might be the longest working title of the year, dropped. And we have a beautiful, pretty wicked Drew Johnson and Romulo Fajardo Jr. cover. Pretty cool. You've got Kong falling through the air, and you can find like all kinds of Justice Leaguers all over the place on it. But that's the A cover for the issue. Pretty dope. In-Hyuk Lee came in with a variant as well with Superman, Batman, and Godzilla up close and personal. Pretty dope. And then we got Ghost Machine creator Francis Manifold has got a cover here. Now this one is slightly teaser in nature because of this lit up eye up here. But the Francis Manifold variant's wicked, and you have Godzilla and Kong in the reflection of the shield. And then probably my favorite one of the bunch for this week is the 1 in 25 ratio, which I have been lucky enough to get all of those. Was done by Daniel Warren Johnson this week. Wicked cool. Batman getting up and close and personal with Big G. That's pretty dope. It's pretty gnarly. So last year at HeroesCon, I was lucky enough to get one of the get on the sketch list for Daniel Warren Johnson, and I got him to draw Optimus Primal. This is when he was getting ready to explode for his Transformers series, and it turned out to be the first time that he's ever drawn Optimus Primal in his life. So that made me think about going this year. If I get on that sketch list again, I wonder if I can think of a MonsterVerse character that he's never drawn before in his life and get that piece for my collection. Something for me to think about. He does draw wicked capes. Yeah, Cape Crusher. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I asked for the 1 in 25 for this. Someone already had it pre-ordered. It was Mark. That is correct, sir. Yep, whole series so far. Excuse me. Dan Mora's 1 in 25 for number 1 is still my favorite cover of the bunch so far. They're amazing. I'm about to be salty. Yeah. I get 35. It's tiered by how many. Oh, that's a good idea too. Buy more, save more. Dude, that's so smart. Yeah, dude, it's great. It's really cool. It's interesting to see how many different little avenues different shops go and approach this whole thing. All right, next up on the block. I have not had an opportunity to read this. I've only had an opportunity to read a couple of books. First off, I did read this. This issue. Of course, we don't do any spoilers in this show, but this issue is a proper penultimate issue. It's all action with a couple moments of setup for the big finale with the next issue. I've been happy with this series all the way through. It's been fun. It's been fan service, but it's a properly built story. And they have loaded it with characters, not just from the DC universe, but from the Monsterverse as well. It's perfectly timed. I'm big excited for next week is Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire. You guys know a lot of us in the community, a lot of us here in the chat. Becker's excited for it. Durs is excited for it. DJ. It's going to be awesome. Godzilla X Kong, New Empire is definitely one for the IMAX. Working on details on what day to possibly see it. Unfortunately, we have had plans to go to Thursday night premiere, but Finn has a soccer game that night. His soccer schedule came in way after the plans. So I kind of just want to ask him if he wants to go to soccer, go see the movie that night, but we can't wait till after his game to see it. It's a school night, and we're not going to not go to IMAX, you know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I got VIPs this year, so now I can mob. There you go, mob hard. I saw Mark's Mean Street getting his way to the line for the. Yeah, I don't know if you understand what it takes to do what I did. We were in a crowd of hundreds of people. The only thing standing in the way of this crowd in the con floor is security guards, and there's only 2 people out of the 100 that were willing to buck the line to the people giving bad information. And out of this, it was me and my pops, and we separately it's. Some people are born with it, some people aren't. I'm not listening to lies. I don't care who's telling them. I'm just walking and staring at my house. Weird. George Mark is the golden shot of that LCS. You got to be quick if you want to beat more. Dude, to be fair, I was on the title before Durst switched his pool list over there. To be fair, don't think for 1 second I take advantage of my LCS. I definitely don't. There's countless times I hit Paul up and I always ask, has anybody pulled this yet or called dibs on it? And there's times when I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Let them have it, because I'm sure they like it more than I do, and I'm not as attached to certain stuff. Yeah, but I don't think you're getting it. You would have been standing there with everybody else. It was an awkward situation, like just 100 people standing there watching me fuss at a security guard, tell them I ain't doing what they're telling me to do. It was fun though. And after the mob almost erupted, that's when I took off. I run a mile in 7 days. Do it. Facts. ABX is tip top. They're awesome, and I wouldn't ever take advantage of them because of that. All right, next up, probably, man, I've said it before, I'll say it again, not my favorite character, but I gotta admit, quality when it's quality. Tom King's Wonder Woman run is probably the best book coming out right now. Pound for pound, this is exceptional. We've been going through, showcasing different aspects of the character as the story's been building to that confrontation we had in the last issue when the Sovereign threw their team at Wonder Woman. Now, this issue, it looks like we might be taking a pause for a cause in between story arcs. That was 6 issues. We did a full story arc. And with this one, it's supposed to be Superman interacting with Wonder Woman while they're making a plan for Bruce Wayne. It's kind of like a pause issue. And I'm sure it'll be showcasing a specific asset of Diana with her relationship or friendship with Superman. So I'm sure it'll play through the story, but I don't know if this will be if this is the start of the building of the second arc or not, or if it's just like a pause between story arcs. But I'm excited for it. Batman Superman World's Finest issue number 25. We hit one of those landmark issues. So they did an oversized issue. A couple of annuals ago, the story that they put forth was the first meeting of Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent. So with this one for the 25th anniversary, what they're doing is the meeting of the world's deadliest. We're going to see like that same story, but starring Lex Luthor and the Joker. So I'm kind of excited to see how this is going to play out. Dan Moore is on the cover art. I don't believe Dan Moore is doing interiors anymore for this series, and I also don't think this series is much longer for this world. Superman and Batman have had like a team up comic as far back as World's Best, World's Finest, then famously with the Ed McGuinness run that kicked off at like the end of the 90s. You got a bunch of tattoos on your arm. Oh wow, My Little Ponies.
No.
Yes. No.
They're princess unicorns.
Princess unicorns, because that's completely different. Yeah, it is. But I don't know how many more issues this has in it. I know this can't be the last one, but we will certainly see. Yeah. Or just like the thing is, all right, I bought VIP pass. I'm going to Heroes Con a bunch. Me and Pops have bought the early access passes before, and they have always done this thing where you're supposed to get in 30 minutes early with the VIP passes. They have never honored it. They always come up with some excuse, some BS, some this or that, and you have to stand and wait in line. And then at the same time, they just general admission, they open it. Well, this past year, they said that we're going to call it something different and actually honor it. So I paid the money. I got it. So when the time came, they let you in the turntiles and you go down the escalator to the floor. Well, they let us go down, and then there was security at the bottom not letting you cross the threshold onto the con floor, and it was 1 minute past time that we're allowed to be in there. I paid my money, and everyone was stopping, so I just pushed through the crowd. And I walked in, and security was like, "Hey, you come here, you gotta get back." And I told them I'm not going back there, and I just kept walking backwards. I'm like, "You can call your boss, you can get on your radio, you can do whatever you want to do. I got this color band. It's this time. I'm coming in." And as I'm doing this, the whole crowd is like starting to inch forward, and security's like holding it back. And about that time, Pops, who was just a little bit behind me, he makes it down there, and he didn't even slow down. He just pushes through people, hits the floor, and he starts walking opposite direction as me. And then the security's looking at him, not knowing what to do. And a guy who works there come running up, screaming, "Let him in, let him in, let him in," because the crowd was getting a little weird. But as soon as that guy said, "Let him in," one time, I was already like 5 booths down from where I was walking. I just turned around and ran to Dana Warren Johnson because I know the vendors are already in there and some people were already be in line. It was only limited to 10. So I wasn't listening. I paid my money. I'm following the guidelines. You're not going to tell me differently. Unless there's a fire or something. In that case, we all should be running out the other way. So played that game with that con before. Wasn't doing it again. Just one man's opinion here, but it's Pro Pass or nothing for Heroes. VIP line is mismanaged, and the Pro Pass people like me ran wild last year. VIP was a waste of money. VIP was not a waste of money. That's how I got there. I didn't have a Pro Pass. I VIP'd. To be fair, like I just said, I did push through like a good crowd of people that if they were as motivated as me, they could have got down there. And to be fair, Becker was also standing in line in case I didn't make it in time. So Becker had me covered. But this year I'll be in there mad early because we're vending. I'm going to Ottawa Comic-Con in September, so I'm hoping I can meet a few of the community members. But I'm getting a look for books for sure. That's awesome. Hey, I just got back from the store. Happy New DC Day. Happy New DC Day to you. I knocked out my entire checklist before VIPs ever got in on Friday. That's the way to do it. One of you wealthy, what does that say? One of you wealthy Fox buys the ASM 300 after. Oh, yeah. T-Dubs is selling an ASM 300. Signed a bunch of times over. I think it's signed by Stan Lee, Jim Lee, Bruce Lee, all kinds of people. But check it out on his page. He's selling it to make some money to pay for some medical bills that he had. So if you want an ASM 300, now's the time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't fool me again. What was that? Kendrick Lamar. 9.2 grade. There it is. 7 times signed. Holy potatoes. I don't even know that many Lees. Pro Pass is same as Exhibitor Pass. Okay. It's definitely not over your budget. Definitely not. Go check it out. Taylor, what's your asking price? Drop your asking price in there. Asking prices aren't final prices, that's for sure. But you can always, unless he starts at a price that you're happy with, it would definitely get some ideas. Let's keep this moving right along. Like I said, one of the books we're giving away is Justice Society of America, but I did pick up my Mikkel Janin A cover, and I did already read this because Justice Society always floats to the top of my stack somehow. I'm always excited to read it. Mr. Terrific, appropriately on the cover here. You know, the whole thing with what we got going on in this second arc here is the team is trying to find some of these villains that have kind of popped back up with the events that happened with the lost children. They're trying to hopefully get some, keep them close to the JSA, find a good place for them, try to see if any of them are reformable. And in that last issue, we saw that the Red Lantern's daughter is on a warpath trying to find answers about her father, who we were seeing inside the pages of the Alan Scott flashback Green Lantern series. But in this issue, we're focusing more on the other characters and where and what to do with who. Major appearance of somebody very cool and wicked, and a huge reveal is included in this issue. So be sure to check it out. I'm super digging this. This is Jeff Johns, and we know he's over at Ghost Machine now, so it has been hit with delays. Stargirl wasn't delayed. This got delayed, but I'm just glad we have it. I think it's only going to 12 issues. It holds for me. Like, I'm not like it's not getting lost in the delays for me. There's so much good stuff coming out right now. It doesn't really feel like it's delayed. If it was all I was picking up or pulling, I'd be super sad with the delays, but I don't know if it's delayed because of him and the writing slowing down, or if it's the art. I don't know, but it's definitely seems to be getting a little slower. JSA keeps getting pushed back. My fear is it will just fizzle out now that Johns has moved on. You know, it's only got 3 issues left. Someone else can pick it up and knock it off if they needed to, but it's only got 3 issues left. So my biggest fear is, like with Wesley Dodds Sandman wrapping up next week, I believe it is, we get issue 5, I think. Yeah, issue 5 of Green Lantern is next week, so we'll only have 1 more of those after that, and then the final issue of Jay Garrett Flash is coming. So that's it. That's all of our Golden Age books. Our Golden Age character books will be wrapping up. What are we going to do with the JSA and the JSA characters as a whole? Like that, they needed, like, this has Dawn of DC branding on it, like, you know, and it kind of crisscrossed applesauce a little bit when the Gotham War was going on. But what are we going to do with the JSA? What are we going to do with these Golden Age characters? We got to have a real prominent spot for them. Like, dude, we just got them back. It's been a long road getting them back. Watching them return in Doomsday Clock, watching them get delayed after the Stargirl special, then getting the new Golden Age one shot, getting the whole tease and Flashpoint Beyond. Like, they got to do something with them. I hope they have plans for them. That's all I'm saying. I would hate to see them just fizzle, not just the series fizzle out, but these characters just get put on a shelf again. Yeah, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't you say that. Don't you say that. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Speaking of putting evil on people, next up, Green Lantern War Journal, Philip Kennedy Johnson's John Stewart title continues on. I thought we were going to end the first arc with issue 6. We are not. The first arc still is kicking, rocking, and rolling. We're only going deeper into the Revenant Queen storyline here. We figured out what this toxic darkness is. It's almost like a form of light itself. John Stewart managed to think about the Green Lantern willpower energy in a different way, to utilize it in a different way. In that last issue, it's really showing him, like, I don't know, take like the baby steps to like being the builder, you know, the guardian kind of thing. I was thinking that we're going to get like, wrap up this Revenant Queen arc at 6 and kind of move him over into a more like comparable area to get over there near the main Green Lantern title. Cause like, that's really where it needs to be happening right now. But it looks like Philip Kennedy Johnson has a longer story in mind. And I'm okay with that. Every time I'm looking at one, I'm like, man, I want to get past this story arc and get him into like the main continuity context of stuff. And every time I read one of these, I'm like, damn, that was ridiculously good. So I'm trusting the process kind of thing. Just having the trust in the process. I said it right on. You said it. But yeah, we got to just riding it out. I'm absolutely loving it. It's written well. There's just so many questions I want answered. And what Jeremy Adams is doing in the main Green Lantern title, we just got that last issue last week where he answered, and now the rings are back. Now the battery's back, and it was never gone. There's been a bonus one, like a fallback one, a fail-safe one, hiding in the green on Earth. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's such a great concept. And now they can leave playing it again. So maybe instead of bringing John over here and to them, now that Hal has full access to everything, Hal can go over there to John and deal with the Revenant Queen. All I know is this Revenant Queen stuff is just left over from before the dawn of DCU, so that's why I think it's important that we chop it off, get past it, especially with Absolute Power coming. We need John Stewart involved in Absolute Power as he's part of the Green Lantern Corps, and when there's an event like that, a whole corps is needed, or is it really an event? JSA seemed kind of directionless, even with John's. Yeah, I said it. I couldn't disagree more. I'm trying to disagree more, but I can't because that's how much I disagree. Their primary direction since the new Dawn of DC stuff has literally just been trying to take care of the Lost Children event characters. Huntress has been the focal point of it. But I feel what you're saying. They haven't really done much with them outside of that. It's been kind of low key dealing with Degaton and now what they're doing right now, which is just getting warmed up. They haven't done anything big with them, so I mean that's fair to say, I guess. A lot of my favorite characters live in limbo. I kind of prefer they stay there if they're not handled well. That's super fair. Super fair. Speaking of not handled well, let's get to Tom Taylor, who's an otherwise fantastic writer who shouldn't be put on main continuity stuff. Keep him for Elseworld. Titans has not lived up to the hype. The Beast World event was great. This book is not one of my favorites at all, especially with Ghost Machine Day coming April 3rd. I'm going to be looking to potentially drop a couple titles because that'll be 3 ongoings that get added to my list immediately. And I try to keep it to 10 books a week if possible, or 10 titles I'm reading, like Godzilla, Kong. Like I get all covers. That's not normal for me, but the fact that Amanda Waller was in this one stopped me from dropping it on my pull list because, crafting the whole Absolute Power thing, Amanda Waller is the story. That's what's happening. So I want to know what's going on with that. Once I get to the end of this arc, I'll probably just post all the current run as is for sale. It's not bad. Nicola Scott's art was phenomenal, but it's just not like blowing me away. And there's so many books out right now that are blowing me away. And if you're not reading something, you're like, yo, that's amazing. Why are you paying for it? There's plenty of them out there that'll give you that feeling that you're leaving behind to get something mediocre. And everyone's age will be different for that. But, find your awesome sauce and dip it in. Let's see. Give me Red Tornado or give me Death. That's funny you say that. Last time I saw a Red Tornado was in Night Terrors when he got destroyed. So they had to put him back together. So, yeah, that's an underutilized character. But speaking of Red Tornado, Ma Hunkel, the original Red Tornado, may or may not be mentioned in this week's issue of Justice Society of America. Dump the physical version of Titans digital only for Tom Taylor from now on. Super fair. I dropped Nightwing. I've been wanting to drop Titans. They never took off. It just never did it. I say that, but Beast World had no business being as good as it was. But he's great at events. He's great at Elseworlds. It's just this ongoing series stuff. It's not his bag. It's not his wheelhouse. Know your strengths. Know your strengths. I wish these creators would do more effort into these new characters. They introduce so many points. Yes, everyone wants to be remembered for something. Everyone wants to have a piece of something, but they don't think the only way that's going to make any money in the long term is if they're worth anything. I think the best one I've seen running recently, and it'll probably just fall off, is Judy Garrett, Jay's daughter. But that's a fantastic story Jeremy Adams is doing. Maybe that character, Red Lantern. No. And these are just like alts of existing characters. They're not completely, original anyways. Everyone start dropping that hashtag We Are Legion in there. I'll start collecting comments while we go over this last one and hit some of these comments. Titans has been such a disappointment for me, especially loving Nicola Scott. The book just hasn't been a good story. Yeah. Banger must reads only for me on my pools. Yeah. But see, even with Durs, I follow his reviews on Instagram, and it gets a lot of stuff that exists in the 4 to 7 range. I don't want anything that's like maintaining 4 or 7s. I mean, it's okay to especially with ongoing stuff, for something to dip to a 4 or 7 when you have to do a filler issue or an exposition dump or something like that, because that's part of a story. You have the middle lulls. But if something consistently is dropping 4s to 7s, it's not bad. Like a 7's not bad. You know what I mean? If it's consistently just a 7, I probably can find an 8 to replace that with. No, Firestorm is not around these days. Once in a while, it kind of pops up as like just the most random kind of thing. Martian Manhunter is not even around much. That was something I was excited about with last week's Suicide Squad book. They teased Martian Manhunter last time we saw him was in the Lazarus Planet event. There's some like major hitters, some completely regulars that you don't see very often. They'll be coming back. Spawn isn't banger. No, it's not. It's definitely not. That's a niche thing. You can love it because it's your bag, but Spawn is not banger. Might be some good ones spread out in there. If you only know, we do know. That's like me telling everyone, like, you have to go get Justice League, Godzilla, Kong. No, you don't. It's fan service. If you're not like a crazy fan of these properties, like for me, that book, every one I read has been a solid 8 to 9, like every single one of them. But that's like my fan gauge. Like I try to separate things from like my fan gauge to like my critical gauge. Like Wonder Woman. Fan gauge, I'm not a big Wonder Woman fan, but it's undeniable how phenomenally well that book is done, executed, delivered. I prefer the cheesy Godzilla Kong thing from a fan meter, you know. Two different things. Try to be as objective as I can when giving y'all feedback on some of these things. I don't want anyone to go out there and be like, bro, you said this was awesome. It was only like a mid-book. No, I said I loved it. Fan service. You know, fan service doesn't always equal awesome. What is going on? Geek Out with Roscoe. How are you doing today? 7s are bangers in my scale. More so filler issues. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay for like great titles to hit a dip to a 7. If something's consistently at a 7, I think with what I would consider a 7, I think I can find an 8 to replace it with. You know what I mean? There's some titles that I would just weather through thick or thin. Like Hulk, I pulled all the Donny Cates issues. I knew going into that. I called it from the day that they announced that was going to be a terrible run. Absolutely called it. Check the tape. Anytime it was mentioned on, like, I brought it, all that stuff. Like, knew it would be, and now it's like famous for how bad it is. Called it. But I still pulled all those issues. I'm not a fair weather fan when it comes to Hulk. Yeah, there you go. There's his bar there. 5 or lower. And I'm sure like you can drop a 5 once in a blue moon, but don't drop 2 in a row. Have a good day, Kyle. Take it easy, brother. Below 7 is ungood. There we go. Trev 7 is his threshold. 7 above are keepers for me. There we go. Yeah, that's like a safe bet right there. 7 is a good teeter point. Told you, Durs. Who them fighting words, Adam? What did I miss? You only have to put it in there once, Joe. It gets it. Doesn't matter if you put it in there 3 times, 50 times, one time. It's all the same. It only picks up one time. 6.5 and below is the hot seat territory for me. Yeah. There's those custom channel emojis. And also, big congrats to the 10 of y'all that were gifted membership today. You get access to those. They should be available for you already to hit. JLA Kongzilla is a 6.0. Decent, but way too spread out. Fair enough. There's a, man, they do good with it, though. I'm loving Wonder Woman. Yeah, dude, it is so good. So good. I don't even think you read comics. There you go. Get him, Durs. Get him. Hulk gets one more issue for me. The last 2 issues have been terrible, but dude, that's crazy to say. The last 2 issues, the last one was the start of a new story arc in the French Quarter, Louisiana, with the mysterious woman that's shopping and murdering people. The one before that was the big finale to the World War II Ghost Rider Sal story in the desert with the demons fighting the giant monster. We have the World War II Rider and Hulk teaming up. You are crazy. It's fun how different all of our opinions on these books are. I'm a completionist, so I have to keep going. That's fair. But I've even thought about that. There's some books like that, like if it came down to like Flash is so bad right now. It's just so not good. But I want to keep the run alive. There's no way in hell that if I drop Flash, I could not go back and acquire the rest of the Cysperior run for like pennies on the dollar down the road in back issue bins. Because those books will be in back issue bins. They're not going to be keys. They're not going to be hot books. And they're going to diminish in value the day that they come out. So when it comes to completionists, it adds now I have something I can hunt that's not expensive. I can just, and I'm not planning on reading it. If I drop something, it's because I don't want to read it. But if I want it to complete the run, I can always go back and get it. I'd go back and buy old comics all the time. Last book on the list is going to be, boom, Superman, issue number 12, beautiful Jamal Campbell cover. Unfortunately, Jamal Campbell is no longer doing the interior art. which is unfortunate. He absolutely crushes it. But we're back to the story with Superman and Lex Luthor having to team up to battle Lex Luthor's demons from his past. Pretty much characters that he's wronged early on. Did you say you're going to get Finn? What makes you want to do that?
I can sit in front and read my book.
Okay, that's up to you. I don't mind going again. I was going to do the same thing, but I'll sit here.
My study book.
Yeah, that's fine. It's up to you.
Definitely will sit from it.
It is up to you. But I've been loving every minute of Superman. Again, another Joshua Williamson title. He's got a lot of good stuff going on right now. Let me pull up this little thingy-majigger here. Hey, there it is. There it is. Checking the tape. Yep, he caught it. Yeah. I was sad when I saw that that he was getting it. I buy Harley for covers with that book shirt. Yeah, there you go. And they know that sometimes, like what was it, Fire and Ice? Like who's gonna get Fire and Ice? This Power Girl story. They started it with a Gary Frank cover. That's some amazing covers, but is this Power Girl book that's out right now really crushing it? Sometimes they know that these lovely lady covers sell. They most certainly do. So I think they're like, let's get a newer writer to see if they can come in here and do some proving ground writing. And in the meantime, we'll get some stellar cover artists to help push the sales. And that's a great model. Great little model to sell with. But yeah, we're still here. They had the audacity to make me work at work. Dude, that's crazy. Don't they know it's Tuesday? The guest artist for Hulk is trash. Yeah, along the way, they keep like swapping it up. Like, keep Nick Klein all the way. I talk about that in it's going to be live for channel members right after this. But this right here is next week's Hulk. Nick Klein, beautiful cover, crushing it with the covers. But will he be doing interiors? We're going to have to pick it up to find out. Get shocked when it's not. They started us off so strong with that Nick Klein art too. Been loving it. Oh yeah, that's true. I know Jersey Boy told me he's like the art will bring him in or take him out. Yeah. Jeremy and Durs, y'all been the highlight of the chat today. Highlight of the chat. Hulk has been amazing, easily. Yeah. Art, it's hard for art to kill a story for me. If the story's good, like the story's happening in my head more than the page. Nothing wrong with collecting covers at all. Trade paper, dude. I'm a huge trade paperback fan reader too. Have fun. Love you.
Love you.
Love you. Oh, those shoes.
Yeah. They're my go-getter shoes.
If you think so.
Like
This is how I feel about Immortal Thor. I'm just. Why does your foot smell like that?
They're my go everywhere shoes.
Love you.
Love you.
I'm just pushing to the end. Yeah, I don't know how many issues Immortal Thor is going to be, but I was excited for the Al Ewing, Alex Ross team up. Hulk was fired. Immortal Thor was trash. I dropped it after a few issues. She's going to go get Finn. She just said, love you. She's going to go sit in the car line to get Bubba. No, don't open the door. She hear you? Okay. I just get the Flash and the dollar bin next year. Exactly. Being a completionist doesn't mean you need to buy all the garbage the day it comes out. Exactly. I completed my OG Transformers run in just a couple of months, and those came out 30 years ago. I still have one issue to get. I'm going to pick it up at Heroes Con. I'm intentionally waiting at this point. Just look, Ghost Rider issue was 4 issues back. That was the last. Goo Hulk has been sliding steeply downhill after. Last Goo Hulk. Ghost Rider issue ran for multiple issues. Dude, now I want to look. Now I want to look. I don't believe you, Durs. I love you, but that doesn't mean I believe you. I'm about to check. Let me play this clip for Durs. It's his favorite movie.
I am Goku. I am Ozaru.
All right, so just like I said, number 10 comes out next week. Number 9 was last week's issue where they get down to Louisiana to the French quarters and started a new arc. But before that was the finale to the Ghost Rider issue. So I stand on my word being 100% accurate. I would not lie to you guys. And Hulk and Ghost Rider are like my top 2 Marvel folks. I keeps up close with them. Alrighty. Oh, Superman is my favorite Marvel character. There you go. Goo Hulk. I like that. It sounds like he's talking to himself. Goo Hulk. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I watched Ang Lee's Hulk yesterday for the first time, and it feels like a year. I don't want to say what I thought of it, but I just want to say if you haven't seen that movie in a long time, go watch it again. Maybe it's because we get so much trash these days, or we don't realize how bad the stuff is that we get desensitized to thinking, okay, that was good when it really wasn't. But that Hulk movie was a lot better than I remembered it being. And I remember enjoying it as like a fan, but not thinking it was that great. But watching it this long after that, I was like shocked. The latest issue of Flash revealed Thrawn is behind Wally's troubles with the time slipping. Yeah, with the really cool shattering page and all that stuff. Yeah, it's still a trash book. the whole issue, it's the slowest moving book, and it's ironic because it's a speedster character. But hopefully they do something good now that we get into Thrawn. Sucks, Flash is bad. I love New 50. Dude, Jeremy Adams run, legendary. I can get books for 25 cents on the dollar. Yeah, there you go. By Harley Davidson covers. Awesome. And things haven't gone bad for the Packers in 30 years. All right, let me see where we're at. So we're getting ready to pull this giveaway here. Carver I can do a bad art if the story is good. Yeah. I love you, Brother John. Got some hearts in here. I don't think that love you is for me, but I'm taking it. Let's see. I checked my and it lied to you? How? That's weird. You checked your short box and it lied to you. So issue 10 is next week. Issue 9 was last time. And then so there we go. 2 issues ago. Just like I said, last issue was a new story arc. The issue before that was the finale to Ghost Rider. And that finale to Ghost Rider was fantastic. So we've had like one issue that was like the start of a new story. I don't know, man. Hulk's been so good. So good. Not a Dragon Turd clip. That's only there for Durs and Trev. Trev specifically asked me to get clips of the greatest movie of all time. He wasn't on the cover, so that threw me off. He is on the cover. He's right there. That's him. I think you might have had yours just out of order. Check the numberings on them. Stingray and Jack of Hearts are my. Oh, nice. I like it. They have the offbeat characters there. Jack of Hearts, always the first thing that pops up in my mind is blowing up Scott Lang and Disassembled. Never ever convinced me that Morbius or Madam Web were ever exactly. Dude, that's super fair, but it's crazy how much stuff comes out like for Marvel and DC both, and I'm sure I'm guilty of it. Like watching some of the newer DC movies and just like my fandom bias taking over and putting me in like cruise control. Like, sure, they might be enjoyable to a level. They're not good most of the time. Like, it's just weird. It's weird. It's a different style of movie. I think the more serious, somber tone of that Hulk movie just hit. I'm like, dude, I feel like they're taking this serious again. And one of the first complaints I had about the MCU back before they even got to Thor Ragnarok is like, I feel like they're not taking it serious like they used to. I feel like we're getting too lighthearted. It just got worse and worse and worse. I'd tell you not to. If it gets good, I'll let you know. Don't waste your time. I just bought my son all the new 52 Flash issues. Yeah, there you go. There you go. ABX has the Mark Waid omnibus as well. Issue 7, he is not. What is that? What does issue 7 have to do with anything? You said the last 4. That's like, what is going on, Comic Vet Durs? You confuse me. Best movie of all time is Alien. Enough said. Well, I disagree because Aliens is better than Alien in my book. James Cameron forever. James Cameron forever. Yeah, I love me some Ridley Scott Alien movie. Absolutely wild. But Aliens was it for me. I think my age difference, like I wasn't alive when Alien dropped. I was a little kid when Alien started hitting television and stuff and the toys and everything and just like the Colonial Marines, and you just really dive in more to the lore of the universe and the whole Weyland-Yutani Corporation, the idea of Bishop being an android and the way the Queen ripped. There's so much of that is like ingrained in my memory. I absolutely love it. I can always just grab something like the original Ripley Power Loader right there. It's good to keep stuff in arm's reach. Lost Boys, that's a good one. Alien 4, Resurrection. That was when like CGI really started kicking in, you know, like it is crazy when you think about how like big the names of the directors of the first three are. You had Scott, Cameron, and Fincher, and then we get to Resurrection with Ron Perlman in there too. But it got weird, but they were cool getting to see the CGI aliens like that in the swimming scene. I remember how big of a deal the special effects were for that. Boom. Hashtag seashells and Taco Bell. Best trilogy, Austin Powers. Best movie, Cable Guy. There we go. Get some good ones in there. Moving on. Let's do it. Me and Durs will go down a rabbit hole together. Y'all just, we apologize. The problem is that Disney and Marvel just started to push everything far too fast and loose. Hence why we just started to get piss poor content from, yeah, I agree. Money. They thought they were invincible. They thought they were invincible. They stopped listening to their customer base, and in Disney's case, they absolutely kicked their core customer base right in the head and said, "We don't even care about y'all anymore," and it cost them dearly. Course correcting is actively happening, but we won't see any of the results of Disney course correcting or any of these companies course correcting for at least 2 years. And thanks to the writer's strike and the actor's strike, it might be closer to 3 years before we see any finished product coming out of a course-corrected company. Everything we see for the next at least 2 years is still going to be stuff that was actively greenlit and started before these people realize we can't go on like this. It'll be interesting to see. We've got 41 people watching. Let me see how many people have entered. We've got 42 people entered. That's good. That means some people left. So if you happen to have to dip out of here, be sure to check the rewind because it still should have got your entry. And again, let me show off the books that we're giving away. We've got the Daniel Warren Johnson Batman 89 Echoes, issue number 2, which this story is what features the first Tim Burton universe Harley Quinn. I believe the character was featured in the first one, but the Tim Burton 89 Harley Quinn made her first cover appearance, I believe, in this week's issue. But the Daniel Warren Johnson cover, that's it. And if you look up these stairs, all the way up the steps to the doorway, there's a silhouette of a man. Alfred's up there holding his tray. Fantastic. And of course, we've got that Tony Harris JSA goodness. We're going to spin for the win here, and then I'll pull the Cosmic cards. We got the DC Cosmic cards that'll get thrown in there. Then I'm down to the last bookmark. So whoever wins today is getting the Jackson Hyde Aquaman bookmark. And then starting next week, you start to get the free pick because I've got the second set that we'll start pulling from. And then, of course, we'll pull one of the Cool Injustice cards that were donated from ABX Comics and Games. Then today, Paul passed along some pins, buttons, whatever you want to call them. Got that foil sticker from ABX, as well as I'll cut you off one of the new stickers from there as well. So some cool swag. And I'll throw a Comics Curing Cancer sticker in there as well. So there's some cool little add-ins, some stuff like that. Daniel Warren Johnson for the win for show. Oh, show. Harris JSA for the win. Yep. Let's see. Man, it's so hard to see some of this stuff. I have them on a weird media of CD-ROM movies from yeah. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and spin this thing. I appreciate everybody coming and watching today. Be sure to check out the video I posted on Monday. I talked about slabbing everything. It was a really fun video. Showed a unique piece of something that I added to the collection. And then the vlog, my comic vlog number 9, I posted to channel members last night. So if you're a channel member or if you gained a membership today, you can go to my community tab and you can already watch that. Also, if you go to my main landing page on the channel, all the member stuff should be pushed to the top. You can check that out a day early as well. So I appreciate everybody. And let's see. Again, this is free shipping in the U.S. If you're outside of the U.S. and you want a shipping credit and pay the difference, that is 100% up to you. Or you can prize tag somebody. If you're a channel member, I ship worldwide. That includes channel members who gain the membership today. You just need to make sure you send Marcus Circumstances a DM saying thank you, because that was super awesome of him to pass those memberships out like that. So today's new DC Day winner is going to be Austin LeMay. Huge congrats to Austin LeMay. So these are coming your way. And get that Jackson Hyde in there. You'll get the ABX button, the foiled out sticker, one of those. Throw a Comics Curing Cancer sticker in there. And for these that ABX donated, I'm just going to shuffle them up and pull a random one because I don't know what's what. So today we're getting the Deathstroke card. Pretty wicked card. And on the back, it's got all their stats and stuff. And then we're going to pull 3. Monkey! Monkey! Nope. So I guess I'm going to pull the cards today. Monkey ain't going to do it. So I'm just going to pull 3 out of here. Do you want to pull the cards? You just need to pull 2. Are your hands dirty? Yeah, no, I can't do it. Your hands are too dirty. That's fine. I'll pull them. Yeah, I'll get them because you can't touch them with sticky hands. It's okay. You just keep eating your candy. All right. I'll let you pull some more after we wash your hands, okay? We'll wash your hands first. We got Light Ray from New Genesis, one of Jack Kirby's creations over there in the New Gods book. We've got Blockbuster, who saw his untimely demise in DC Legends. And then we've got the Modern Age Flash. So that's super dope right there. Wally West. So all those are going there, getting added into the giveaway. Awesome. Just I'll shoot you a message to confirm your address. Make sure everything's golden with that, and I'll get those right out to you. Congrats, homie. And that's going to do it for this week. Again, I appreciate everybody. Be sure to come check out the live stream Sunday night at 8:30 for At Weeks In. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.
Is that it? Is that all you got?